Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Always appreciate it when you take the time to listen to our show here in the midweek. Of course, it is time for your listener questions. Guess who showed up? That's right, Pam Forrester. She's here, and we are tackling your listener questions. We got some great questions today about the Disney dining plan and great one credit uses for those dining plan credits coming up here in 2026. We think we found some bangers for that. We also talk split stays. Should you do a split stay between Riverside and Boulder Ridge around the holidays? We said yes, and we gave some reasons why. We also talked about making a switch from Coronado Springs to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Yay or nay on that? You might be surprised with our answer there. This and much more coming your way on today's show. Don't forget, today's podcast brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney vacation for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the all-stars that keep us on the air, so a very big thank you to you. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2776 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from beourguestpodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a great week. Glad you're here with us in the midweek to answer your listener questions. We are here a bit early, live on a Tuesday afternoon. If you're tuned in live, hello. It's been a week, but we're here. We try to never miss a show. And this one, boy, we came down to the wire, but we're here thanks to flexibility of our team. And I love Pam, Ricky, Scott, everybody. And shout out to Dr. Jody over at Progress West. I forgot where I was at. But yes, it was awesome. She was great because I told her I was getting out of here one way or the other if I had to go out the window or she was going to let me go. So she was awesome. And she might even, I told her to give her a shout out on the podcast. So there you go. All right, so we're here. We're going to have a great show today and answer your listener questions. Pam Forrester, co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, here to tackle tons of questions. We got lots in the inbox today. Pam, what's going on? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. I'm glad you're here with us.
And did not escape. I did, to get things going, I did put on my clothes and start walking the ward. Did laps around the halls just to let them know I was ready.
Yes. Yes. We get these texts from Mike every now and then saying, hey, I can't do the podcast tonight because I'm in the hospital, but hopefully they're figuring stuff out for you. So
it's one of those things, man. It just pops up, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it squared away. But I always talk to the doctors and tell them, got a super important podcast, man. I mean, like, people have to know how to spend those dining credits and what park to go to. Like, I cannot leave our listeners without knowing what park to go to on a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party night. Like, come on, the world will stop. Yeah. Let me out.
We have the answers to life's questions.
Disconnect these wires. I have to go. I will live. I will come back after I record the shows. I'll take the chance. Give me the paper to sign. Anyway. We're here and we're going to have a good time. So let me get to the first question in the inbox. Thanks everybody for all the kind words on social media as well. It's been awesome. I appreciate you guys. All right. First question is from Joe and it says not a question, but a tip for Mike. Oh my gosh. Well, hey, I could use all the tips in the world at this point. Hey, BOGP crew, Mike, you say you can't do Guardians of the Galaxy because it spins. I have the trick that'll fix that. My wife and I went on it and it makes us a little nauseous. It might've been that we went on it 2 times in a row, LOL. Then we went on it another trip and tried something. If you turn your head to go whichever direction the ride vehicles are going in, it's like a regular roller coaster and you don't get sick. My wife did the exact same thing and she did not feel queasy either. You could look at all the sets here and there, but just keep your head churning whichever direction the cars are going. No motion sickness. It's like a regular roller coaster at that point. Give it a try. I hope it helps. Joe.
I love that. I love that there are suggestions for us. It is still not something that I can experience often. But yeah, I hope that helps someone out there experience it because it's a really incredible attraction.
It is, but guess what? I'm not getting back on it anytime soon. Not today, I can tell you that. But yeah, because when I worked at Space Camp, we talked about like motion sickness and because of like space travel and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
that is definitely something that's proven to be true. But I don't know that I need to get on it like right away. But that would work. That is a proven fact that does work.
Agreed. It's like like ballerinas, or the ice skaters when they're
Yes.
spinning, right? They try to keep their head moving toward there. So there's some science here. Like you didn't know you were going to learn something today, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah, but at this point right now, I'll tell you what, about 24 hours ago, I was spinning like Guardians of the Galaxy and everybody's like, dude, your room is not spinning. I'm like, promise you it is. I'm like, okay, it's not spinning anymore. We're good. Okay, Tanya's got a question here. Hey, Mike, I heard you're short on questions, and the recent talk of Marathon Weekend is piquing my interest in Run Disney. Do you know if there is a portal or any way to secure a Disney World Marathon bib for January 2026? Other marathons like CIM and such have a transfer policy. Does Disney offer the same? If not, do you know of any Facebook groups or any other portals where you can buy a legitimate bib from someone that can no longer race? I know it's a long shot, but I thought I would ask Tanya. Unfortunately, Run Disney is a lot different than the other races in that bibs are absolutely not transferable. I think because there would be a really hot market for the bibs and they're just trying to discourage that. And you can sometimes get bibs through charities. And I would look, they have on rundisney.com, there's a list of all the approved charities. You could reach out to them because some may still have bibs. I don't think many at this point, but you never know. It can never hurt to ask, reach out. So I would look at the approved charities and maybe shoot an email or whatever to all the charities and see what you got. But you're not going to be able to transfer bibs. I know that is a big no-no with Run Disney. So that is that. Pam, you got anything on that?
I think that's the best thing is just search for the charity bibs and see if that's possible. But yes, I like the marathon, all of the races become this sort of, it's like the golden ticket, right? I mean, the time invested in securing the space, training for it, all of that. It's a lot. I mean, it's just a lot. But yeah, Disney got very tight with the rules and then tightened them up again. And they're pretty tight right now. So not much flexibility in that at all.
I think it'd be a big black market if you could do that because people would buy them and resell them. And it'd be like Ticketmaster, basically.
Yes, that's 100% what would happen.
Oh, our good friend Andrew's here. He says, do you think Disney will go all out with the effects for the Indiana Jones ride or be conservative based on what works and doesn't in the Disneyland version? So what are you expecting over at Animal Kingdom, Pam, with that new attraction?
It's so challenging because I do really appreciate the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland. I think it's a great attraction. For those who are there often, you often know that it goes down, right? There are parts of it that are, I guess, sort of more prone to being, problematic. And it many times in the morning, that you'll see that it's down first thing in the morning. So maybe they'll take a look at that and try to find something that is more consistently going to be up in that ride mechanism. And I also hope that they sort of take it another step further, honestly. And I love when Disney, I mean, it's such a popular ride at Disneyland that I absolutely see why they're, thinking of bringing this to another park over here on the East Coast, right? But I like it when they plus it and make it just a little different. So I hope that we'll see that. I don't know. What do you think, Mike? What are you looking for? forward.
Well, I think it's going to be similar because to me, it's still the most, if not the most popular attraction at Disneyland still. And how old is that attraction at Disneyland?
Gosh,
Like
it's been
15
there for
years?
so long.
Is it 15 years old? 10?
I would think. I'll look that up
I
while
don't
you're
know.
talking.
But it's still like, when I go out there now, that's like the best thing I want to ride because I think it's very accessible to everybody, right? It's adventurous, it's an e-ticket, but I still think most people will ride it. It doesn't make you nauseous. There's not like a big, scary, like gigantic hill or, like it doesn't have like things that will exclude a lot of people. So I think it is.
So March 4th, 1995.
Shut up. It's 30 years old. God, that's great. So think about that though. Because like the Imagineers over 30 years, because it's a great attraction, right? But over like when you have something for 30 years, you're like, man, I like this, but what if we would have?
Right.
So I think that's kind of what we might get at Animal Kingdom. Like we like this attraction, but what if we would have done this instead to just plus it a little bit? I think that's kind of what they're going to do with it. Like, okay, we could have done this just a little bit better here and there kind of thing.
Agreed. And when we did, when I did the Adventures by Disney out to Southern California, we actually got to go backstage and see one of the ride vehicles and whatnot. It's a very technologically advanced system. There's a lot of movement in that car right there. You know what I mean? And so that I think is really interesting as well to think about, all kinds of rides like that. And Dinosaur is really sort of the same way. There's so much movement that is actually just occurring on flat surfaces with the car. So they can do so many cool things. And I'll love to see where they go with this.
How could it be 30? How could it be 30 years old? That is so crazy. Oh my God. Time is flying. That is ridiculous. And Andrew, yeah, he backs it up as nuts. All right, Catherine's got a question here in the live chat. She says, hey, Mike and Pam, next year will be our first year doing the dining plan. With the free dining plan for kids ages 3 to 9, we're basically losing money if we don't do it. # Disney math. The 4 restaurants we want to go to for sure are Ohana, Tusker House, Akershus for breakfast, and Topolino's for breakfast. What are 2 other table service restaurants that are good 1 credit meals? Dude, she got all the good ones.
I know, right? There's a couple.
Is Chef Mickey's still?
Chef Mickey's is
that's
huge,
a huge one. Yes, gotta do that. It's expensive. Yes,
absolutely it is. Hollywood and Vine's another one. Teppan Edo is actually surprisingly expensive. We talked about this when we talked about the candlelight processional. The other one, Boma, is another one to consider that, it could be. And the thing I think that you need to think about when you're considering it is not only the cost of the meal, but also the cost of the drink as well. That's something that can really, sort of add to that as well. And you're right. We have in 2026, the dining plan is free for children. So it is sort of like you're leaving money on the table. The other thing that we saw is those discounts that were recently released, they combined with this.
And that's the thing people didn't realize, because this is the first time we started to see 2026 discounts, and people were asking a lot of times in our club, in our Discord server, like, oh, does that mean I just lost my kids free dining? I'm like, no. You get both. Because we're used to like, you only get one. But this is something that's just kind of, it's weird. It's just like a component. Like,
they allowed you to double dip. Basically.
It's unusual, but you get the kids free dining and your discounts.
Exactly. So it is something that you're going to want to consider if you're traveling in 2026. Plus, on top of it, if you're traveling during the time when the free water park tickets are included, and they haven't released those dates yet, they've just said summer, but that's like you triple dipped. You triple dog dare dipped or whatever.
Seriously, you're swimming, you're eating, you're playing. Come on. I've written the commercial for them. They should have them like eating. What do you eat at Ohana? Like, you eat like the pudding, the bread pudding, like eating the bread pudding in the wave pool at Typhoon Lagoon. with your 7-year-old. Like perfect. Exactly.
So lots of good things to think of. If you're looking for more of a a sit down meal, any of the all you care to enjoy or character meals are going to be a good use of that. But there's also things like Sebastian's. Don't forget that. That is, a pre-plated thing. But again, it's all you care to enjoy. Even City Works, sometimes they have some higher priced items where that would be a good thing to use it on. And also, when you're looking, I think at things like even Chef Art Smith's, right? I think Homecoming is a good one, depending on what you order. So
I agree with that.
lots of good stuff there, lots of good places to eat. So yeah.
Homecoming for sure. That's a good
I know.
one. Oh.
Right? You could get a drink and the hummingbird cake or whatever it is they're famous for that.
Okay, I'm calling a rule because I haven't eaten like hardly anything since Saturday, and it is currently Tuesday afternoon as we're recording. No more food questions. I told Pam, I said, my Pam, who's by the way an angel because she stayed with me almost the whole time, even though she has a broken foot and she was going back and forth to sneak.
Oh my goodness, poor Pam.
And she was sneaking me in Coke Zeros the whole time. Like because that's apparently clear liquid, which I don't understand how that works, but she was going with her broken foot out to because there's a gas station out near the parking lot. And the big one too. Like the gallon thing. And but she was taking her little naps on the couch and stuff, and she's seriously an angel. But yeah, I told her after this we're getting Chick-fil-A tonight, so that's our treat.
There you go.
Have a Chick-fil-A date night.
Get the mac and cheese. I'm a sucker for Chick-fil-A mac and cheese.
Yeah, they told me I need to eat more, so that would help. Okay, so Paul's got a question. This is a good question. I like Paul. Look at this. You guys are on. I love our chat room. Our listeners are the best. Not only were you super kind over the past, you're always super kind. But you guys were super kind when I was sitting there just playing on my phone for the last 72 hours. He says, piggybacking on that last question, do you think the Animal Kingdom expansion will let us start to see more nighttime Animal Kingdom hours? I feel like they never leveraged Pandora at night. Preach on, Paul. Preach on. They should. Okay. Because Pandora at night, I thought for sure Animal Kingdom would be open just like Magic Kingdom at night forever. I thought. Pam, you and I were there when they did the Rivers of Light preview.
I know.
Did they not just put in umbrellas in that? I thought I saw something on social media where they put umbrellas in that theater or something.
I would love to see them utilize that theater. I thought actually one of the things that I was most impressed with were sort of the little features that they had put in the trees there. That I thought it was just a little bit of magic. There was some twinkling lights and things there. They never really did get to utilize that like they thought, or like we thought. I guess maybe they knew that they wouldn't. I think the challenge they have in Animal Kingdom is the bedtime for the animals.
But could they not do that though? Like make it almost like two separate entities, right? Like the zookeepers all do their thing backstage, and then the park just turns into a theme park at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, no more animals, but you can still do Pandora. There's no animals there. You can still do, the new area that's going to have Encanto and all that. No live animals there. You can still do Expedition Everest. You could still do a nighttime show. Like, the animals are cool, but then once the night goes down, the park's just a theme park.
I think that there is opportunity for that. And I hope as we see these more attractions, I think that's one of the other things is some of the things that sort of swallow a bunch of people are the trails and the shows and the whatever. So maybe when we get some more attractions there, that will be an opportunity to maybe see those extended hours, at least at certain points. I don't know. It is a park that I think doesn't get the credit it deserves. And yet, because of the hours and the limitations, I think that prevents some people from going to it. So
it's just it's a great park, but I think those people that have got to experience it at night, it is incredible at night.
It is.
It's just it's sitting there and it's just being underutilized. I know it's hard, but it's a banger at night, and it's a shame it's not being used.
Agreed. And I think too, there were some attempts at having some nighttime animals on the safari, having that be part of it.
Yeah, wasn't it? What was that? The honey badger or whatever.
Yes, we had an errant cast member who assured us that there were honey badgers. We're like, I don't know. About
Listen,
that.
listen, you can hear him. I'm like, I do hear him. I bought it. I'm like, I hear it. Damn.
Yes,
damn.
right. I know.
With that,
So,
that fake sunset on the safari. That was
I
awesome.
know. I hope that some people weren't like, I could not have felt good with that about that. If that were my project at some point, I would have been like, oh,
That was
no.
Awakened Summer, dude. I remember that was awesome. I was so in on that. I loved it. That was so cool. I do that again. I do that again in a heartbeat. Okay, opposite end. Here we go. What is the one must do at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? Going during the Christmas season for the first time. Love the show. Thank you, Nikki, over on Facebook for tuning in live. Appreciate you. Mine, let me just get mine.
Okay.
Gotta see the toy soldiers dancing in the parade. Dude, I love, there's
Agreed.
nothing like those toy soldiers in the parade. I mean, even
Yeah.
when I watch on Christmas, like that's it, like from home. Toy soldiers in the parade. What about you?
I love those, and I love the deer, the reindeer
Yes.
too. They're the best.
They're
right?
goofy. They're goofier looking, but the toy soldiers like in precision. Like it's like the opposite.
They're so good. Yes, I definitely agree. The parade is a must do. I think that the fireworks, of course, are a must do. Hopefully, again, they'll have as the cookies, the Cheryl's cookies.
Oh.
Those are a must do. They're
so a must
good.
do and do because you get as many as you want. Do
100%. 100%. I'm like, I keep saying to Steve, if we go to the Christmas party and focus on the cookies, this could turn out to be like a moneymaker.
That's right. I mean, if you get like those cookies are expensive, get like 38 cookies and you're break even.
Exactly. Yes. Agreed. The other thing is to look for some of the shows and things that they only do at the Christmas party or during that time of year. And I think just soak up all of the holiday fun. I love being there during the holidays because this is decor that I didn't have to put up. I didn't have to store it. I didn't have to move bins. I didn't have to drag it up from the basement. I didn't have to restring or figure out where in my string of lights the light isn't lit, the whole thing. So I love it. It is the most magical thing. And of course, snow on Main Street, right?
Oh, Snope.
Snoop.
All right. Got a cruising question. About time, Lisa, down in Mobile, Alabama, which for this week, we are not friends. I cannot say what I usually say because it is Bama week, baby. We're going to beat you. M-I-Z. If you're sailing out of Port Canaveral and staying on Disney property, how far in advance should you leave before your boarding time? So here's not your boarding time, but the time you want to pull into Port Canaveral. I would say 90 minutes to 2 hours. Scott and I left way too early this last cruise. We were there way early. Like we were there before the employees almost. It was crazy with our private transfer. But I would say 90 minutes to maybe 2 hours is probably way too soon.
I think 2 hours is too much. Yeah.
Probably 90 minutes. I mean, 2 hours to give you like a buffer if there was like a traffic accident or something, but 90 minutes, I would say. What do you think?
I think 90 minutes is plenty of time. Yeah. We probably only leave like an hour.
You see, I'm always like the person who's at the airport like way early. Like that's just me. I'm super conservative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably an hour is good.
Yeah, it is. I don't think we've ever. Yeah. I think even then sometimes we get there early because I think it's really only like 45 minutes until there, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe someone drives fast or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's about 45 minutes, I think. But I'm always like, what if, but
yeah, there are times when like traffic can get there, can get bad. It actually is. So it says, according to the Google, it says that it's 60 minutes, 59 minutes, but I don't know. It doesn't feel quite that long sometimes. So.
But you're usually going in the morning, so it's usually not a ton of traffic. Once you get past that area by Disney, once you get out on I think it's the beach line, I think it's called. All right, Matt Brown has a question from the inbox. Says a few questions from New Jersey. Hey, Mike, love the show. Longtime listener. First time reaching out with a couple of questions. Excuse me. Thank you. My wife and I are headed to Disney World during New Jersey Teachers Week and have 6 nights booked in a 5th sleeper room at Port Orleans Riverside. We have 3 kids, so rooms that sleep 5 are a must. That said, I noticed there's availability for a second half of our trip at Boulder Ridge in a studio that also sleeps 5. I'm debating on doing a split stay, 3 nights at each resort. The main reason I'm considering this is because of the Christmas decorations at Wilderness Lodge. I've heard they're incredible, and I think it could really help us get in the holiday spirit. So my first question is, in your opinion, is it worth the hassle? Would switching resorts with 3 kids be too crazy, or do you think the Wilderness Lodge holiday vibe makes it worthwhile? Also, do the resorts still handle luggage transfers? If so, how long does it typically take for the bags to be delivered to the new resort? Okay, he has a second question, but let's stop there and let Pam Forrester tell him why he needs to do the split stay.
I know. So I do split stays all the time, but I will say that it is Steve and I that we utilize packing cubes and our precision packers. And so I understand for those people who probably don't travel as much as we do and, have this all down pat, that it is kind of a pain. And I get that, especially with kids. So some of the minuses in this space are that the day that you check out of one resort until you check into the next resort. And remember, when you're staying at a deluxe villa resort, your room may not be available to 4 p.m. Excuse me. So you may have a period of time where you're roomless, as you say. So just keep that in mind. The other thing is check to see when all of the decor is going to be up at the resorts, because New Jersey Week is usually in November, but at the resorts, they often don't have all of the holiday decor up until after Thanksgiving. And even then, it's not like a set thing. So just see, sometimes Disney announces that. The beauty, though, of a split stay really is that you get to experience 2 different resorts. And I'll tell you, as I check into my next resort, it's almost as if my vacation is sort of starting over again.
It is. It's like 2 vacations in one.
Yeah,
to me. Yeah,
it is. It is. So all of that sort of lends itself to it. The other thing is with a studio, you will have sort of a microwave in your room and a kitchen, kitchenette. And so that's something to consider as well. So good luck, whatever you choose. I don't think there's a wrong answer.
And here's this other part. Second question. We're arriving late on our first night. After the water park's closed, we won't be able to take advantage of the free water park admission on arrival day. But since I technically don't have I would technically have a second reservation for the split stay, would we be eligible for the water park on our transfer day? Curious how that works. Thanks so much. Your show has made my commutes to work so much more enjoyable for years. Matt from New Jersey. I love hearing that. Like that just makes me so happy that people take us on their commutes. So thank you,
I agree.
Matt. That just totally made my day, and I appreciate that. So yes, as long as it's during one of those windows where the water park option is available, that is one of the biggest things to do a split, because on your transfer day, it's a new reservation. Boom, it's a new check-in day. You get it.
It is. It is. And that's I think that's huge. It's a huge benefit for that too. So absolutely consider that, consider taking advantage of that. And we are so fortunate that we get to do this. We get to spread a little magic and a little joy. And that's really what makes this, I think, so rewarding for us as well. So thank you for letting us do this and being on the other end of the microphone, as they say.
Yes.
So.
Gotta get to be in your ears. Let's do one more question, because I am losing my voice. And I think we can get this one more in here. It's from Whitney. And she says, Colorado Springs. Is there a new hotel called Colorado Springs as we did the last show? How about Coronado Springs? or Animal Kingdom Lodge. I don't even know what that could be, but it says help. And I think I'm the one that needs help. And I think that's why we're going to call this the last question. So here we go. Hey, Mike and BOGP crew. We are planning a trip to Walt Disney World for March of 2026. Our traveling crew includes my family of 4. It's myself, my husband, our 8 and 10-year-olds, and my sister and her family of 4, her husband, and their 5 and 2-year-olds. My family and I are seasoned Walt Disney World travelers, but this will be my sister's family's first trip, so I'm feeling all the pressure to make this trip fantastic. We booked a 5-night stay at Coronado Springs a couple of weeks ago. We love Coronado because of the Grandestino Tower's deluxe feel and its central location. However, now spring discounts have come out, and it's now cheaper for us to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge. For whatever reason, that discount didn't apply to the package we booked at Coronado. should we switch our reservation to Animal Kingdom Lodge? We've never stayed there because of all the talk about how, in quotes, far it is from everything. We also love how compact Grandestino Tower is, and I've heard people talk about how spread out Animal Kingdom Lodge rooms can be. Are either of these compelling reasons to not change to this deluxe resort? We won't have a car, so we'll be relying on Disney transportation. Thanks for all you do to keep me entertained on road trips and walks around my neighborhood, Whitney. Thanks for taking us on all those, Whitney. Dude, this is a tough one.
Rough.
But here, okay, when I was reading it, and actually I do read and think at the same time occasionally. Sometimes I trip when that happens, but you know,
Don't brag.
I'm sitting down. Yeah. But fortunately right now I'm sitting down, so I can read and think at the same time without falling down.
Okay.
So it's pretty good.
All right. Yeah.
Pretty good. Here's what I would say. There's two schools of thought on this. And see, I go about it exactly because I'm very egocentric on these things. Like one way I could look at this would be like, as soon as I get the Animal Kingdom Lodge, I'm like, oh, I wish I was at Coronado Springs. Like I should have never done this, but you're never going to know. Like Animal Kingdom Lodge could be your next jam. Like you're going from moderate to deluxe. And I've stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge many times and it's awesome. She's exactly right, dude. I've had the furthest room. Like,
yes.
I swear, my room was half a mile from the lobby. I mean, I filled my circle before I got to my room on my Apple Watch. It said,
yes.
ding. It's like, you've met your daily walk goal. I'm like, holy crap, I just walked 2 miles. That has made it to my room. What? But I mean, but you might get the room that's closest to the lobby. You don't know. It's a crapshoot, you know. But I mean, you got animals and you got really good food. You got the Mara, you got Boma, you got Jico if you want to do a really nice night out. You got it. Honestly, once you get on a bus, what's the difference between 5 minutes to 8 minutes? I don't think you feel the difference between like 5 minutes or 8 minutes or, 7 minutes to 11 minutes. Honestly, I don't think once you're on the bus, you feel like a 5 or 7 minute difference that much. That's me. I don't know what. I don't know, man.
This is really tough for me.
This is really tough. I don't know where to
bring
go.
in new people.
Because Coronado's awesome, and the tower is really awesome. I get it, man.
I know. That's it. That's the thing. Like I was thinking about first timers and which ones they would really like, and I think for me it would really boil down to this. Do you think that you'll really use the amenities at the Animal Kingdom Lodge? Like, will the kids and adults enjoy the animal activities and all of that? I will say, because I think the pool is sort of a wash, right? The pool at Animal Kingdom is big, but the one at Coronado is really themed and it's big too. And it has other quiet pools, that's something to think about. The transportation is kind of an issue for some. And I get that some people feel like they're on the bus for a long period of time. And I do get that. And it just sounded like you really love Coronado. Maybe you want to share that with your family, like how much you love this thing and you know it. And there's actually value in that, I think. Taking someone to one of your favorite places in the world, I think you do feel additional responsibility, but try not to feel that responsibility and just enjoy it. Enjoy sharing everything you love about this with your family and not, in a, oh, this is a lot of pressure, but in a, oh, come and do this. And they might show you something that they like too. I don't think there's a wrong choice at all in this. It is really 6 on one, half a dozen on the other.
That's a good point though, because they're bringing first timers and she's comfortable with Coronado. So she is kind of like the tour guide or to show people around. She knows she's comfortable with Coronado. So she can she's going to be able to tell everybody like, okay, look, here's how to get to the dig site pool. And here's how, we should have, grab some lunch at Siesta's, pool bar and, let's eat at Maya Grill. Let's go to El Mercado. She's going to know the lay of the land where everybody's going to be going in blind at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which might cause an issue.
I know sometimes when you're the experienced traveler, you are like the tour guide and folks look to you. So if I had to lean one way, I'd lean a little towards staying at Coronado. But if you all will use the amenities at Animal Kingdom Lodge, I would consider that too. So we've been absolutely no help.
I know.
Thanks again for listening to us on the podcast.
Yes. Again, since 2008, giving you absolutely no answers on listener question shows.
No.
Just making it more confusing for you. You're like,
Exactly.
so you wrote
Providing
into
more
that podcast
information.
you listened to, right? And what did they say? They absolutely made me more confused than I was before I even wrote in. Thank
They
you.
provided me with information that made it harder to make my decision.
That's what we need to make a t-shirt that says that. Exactly. Like absolutely no help at all to be our guest podcast. We just confuse people. That's all we do. Anyway, well, Pam Forrester, thanks for all the great laughs and great fun today.
Yes.
So great that we got this one in. Boy, it was down to the wire. Appreciate it.
It was.
And have a good meeting this afternoon as you
right.
go off to
Thank
the big stuff. All right. We're going to close this one out. Don't forget our show is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We're here to help you get those discounts on those Walt Disney World vacations for next spring. And they're pretty nice too. I'm telling you what, man, we've saved our guests a ton of money over the last couple of weeks. It is a joy to do that. I love sending those emails saying, guess what? You're still going to Walt Disney World. It's awesome. $1,000 less. You know what?
Yeah,
Do you want to stay in a nicer hotel? You just want to pocket the money. I mean, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. You want to, add some days to your tickets. You want to get dining. You save it and get some more souvenirs, whatever you want to do. But it's a joy. And that's what we do here. All of our agents, every one of them, we send these messages to each other. We get excited about it, and that's one of the best things we get to do every single day. So come on over. We'd love to help you out with your next Disney vacation. So come on over and book your next trip with us. It costs you absolutely nothing. And if you don't get those discounts, you're losing money. So come on over. It's themagicforless.com. Put in that quote form. We'll take care of you right away. Also, don't forget to use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. I think it's Prime Days again. It's Prime Days like 7 times a year at this point. So if you're going to buy some Prime stuff, why not help us out at the same time? beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. I apologize for missing Mike in the Midwest this past Sunday, but we'll have a really good show this coming Sunday. I promise you, because I'm going to talk about the nurse that I had when I was in my room this past few days, because she really taught me some life lessons. We had some great talks. And I think it's something I want to share. So that's going to be on Mike in the Midwest this coming Sunday. So coming over, that's our bonus show you get when you support the show. It's $5 a month, and that money goes to support the Be Our Guest podcast, our hosting, all of our bandwidth costs to do the video here, all this stuff. So coming over and support the show, $5 a month, patreon.com/Be Our Guest podcast, and you get that bonus show every week. Well, most weeks when I'm here. So I usually don't miss that one. Also, you can follow us on social media at Be Our Guest Mike's, where I'm at. Pam's at TMFLT Pam. You can join us in the clubhouse. That's our Discord server. It's free for everybody. We have a great time. beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And we'll have our live call-in show this coming Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Scott will join me and take your calls at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. All right, time to get out of here, and we'll be back again on Friday. So join us for that. But until then, for Scott, Ricky, and Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.